I am the Queen of Zandalar, and a queen kneels to no one.
They should use their minds to save the world, instead of devising ways to tear it apart.
No. Not while the Black Moon still cries out for vengeance. Not until the Horde has answered for its treachery.
The war is serving its purpose. Stay focused on the endgame. You know what is to come.
The two essential weapons of an adventurer. A bottle of good gin and a jar of tasty jam. This is Girls Gone WoW!
Hello, you're listening to Girls Gone WoW show 675, recorded on Sunday the 15th February 2026. I'm your host EJ, and with me I have my lovely co-host Raven. How are you doing, lovely?
Well, I just want hot cross buns now.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, we've just been talking in the pre-show about hot cross buns. And hot cross buns in the UK are often accidentally vegan. So read the ingredients carefully. Sorry. Hello. I'm hungry.
Yeah, we've just spent the last 10 minutes in pre-show talking about Pancake Day and Hot Cross Bun Day, and making everybody very hungry. So
yeah.
I hope you're all okay.
Trey is now telling me about black jelly beans which have got licorice in them, which is a very bad idea. That sounds so I'm less hungry now. Yeah. Hello. It's been a week.
It has indeed. So apart from the discussion about the things that have made us hungry, how's your week been?
Pretty busy. Less gaming than I would like, more work than I would like. Just rain. It has just rained in the UK for yet another week. Just rained. Except yesterday, the sun came out yesterday and it was glorious. So today it rained really hard to make up for it. Yeah, really over this weather. But hopefully it looks like it might be slightly drier this week coming. So that's a potentially exciting thought.
Good news.
How was your week?
Well, I went to see the lovely doctors and nurses at Moorfields for my eye appointment, and they have unfortunately found a new area of spookiness.
No,
which means they put something pokey in my eye on Thursday, and I get to go back tomorrow so they can put a different pokey thing in my eye.
Oh, miserable.
Yeah, they continue to be absolutely lovely. All the staff there continue to be absolutely lovely. Not really the news I was hoping for.
No.
But thankfully I can get on a bus and they will look after me. So that's, that's a blessing. And also, gosh, it's only 2 weeks until the expansion comes, and it's like quite exciting.
Wild.
I know.
Yeah. So confusing. Time has just become very confusing. Things are a very long way away and never happening, and then they're happening tomorrow, and that's just those are the two types of time that you can have.
Yeah, it's getting weirder and weirder. I don't know what somebody's done to the time stream, but they've done something to it.
No, it's extremely annoying.
So I hope you're all keeping well and looking after yourself. What's been happening this week? Well, unsurprisingly, we're getting more and more news every week. So, and sometimes the news comes in a order. So, what I'd forgotten about last week, because none of the news sites or even Blizzard's website that I refer to reminded me, was that Love in the Air had arrived, because it's that time of year. where everywhere is filled with pink and hearts and commercialism runs riot, and let's make single people feel terrible.
Yeah.
Because that's what I think this festival is. But if you enjoy it, I'm glad you enjoy it. But
yes.
Hey ho.
If you're having a nice time, we're not going to stop you having a nice time. But yes, surprisingly, I logged into the game the other day and I was like, oh, why is there a big portal with hearts on it in Dawn? Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have to say, I do like all of the little banners and the things that they put up around the cities. I think because they refreshed them a little while ago, and I think they all look really pretty. So I'm not going to poo-poo that at all. It did mean I didn't give you any warning last week in the show notes, so I do apologise, but literally nobody was talking about it.
No.
So Love is in the Air is back.
It is.
Back, baby. And there is some new transmog. Which is all sort of butterfly themed, which is very pretty. If you like butterflies, and I do quite like a butterfly, so it's very pretty. And there's also a brand new mount that can drop. So they're doing this thing. They're continuing this thing. Teeth in EJ. They're continuing this thing now, whereby the first fight of your day against the event mob gives you an increased chance day on day of getting the new mount to drop. It does not affect the love rocket.
No, no.
But the new mount is beautiful. It's a recolor of something that was in the shop. It's a beautiful butterfly. It's all been recolored in purples and blues. Very, very pretty. So yes, go to Shadowfang Keep. Kill the 3 chemical guys, get yourself a butterfly.
Yeah, it only takes about a minute and a half.
Yeah, it's so quick. The other great thing is, if you want to get the transmog, all the new items this time round, the little pink love cards that you get for doing the event,
the tokens,
they are now warbound.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
You can, if you just take 2 characters through all of the quests once, you will have earned enough tokens to buy the new stuff if you are up to date with buying stuff.
Okay.
So it doesn't take very long at all. And Lunar Festival will be starting this week, so we'll get to honour all of the elders again.
Yep, because happy Chinese New Year to anybody who celebrates Chinese New Year, because that I think is Tuesday.
Yes. So there's data mined information that there might be some decor items related to Lunar Festival, but there's no concrete information yet. So I would suggest watching Wowhead for information once the festival actually drops.
Yes. Yeah, not masses of planning going into things this week, it seems, from Blizzard's point of view, but never mind. So lots of festival options available for you in Azeroth for the next couple of weeks. Also, if you don't want to be in Azeroth directly, some new lore has dropped. The first is a new animation about Xalatath called Supremacy, in which we learn some of the history about her. And the second is a short story called Legacy of the Armani, which details how the daughter of the Armani chieftain spent her life preparing to shoulder the heavy burden of leadership. So they're both available on the WoW YouTube, or you can download a PDF of the story on the website. I actually haven't had a chance to check either of them out yet. I meant to do them this afternoon and then didn't. So I need to do that.
I have partaken of both. Pardon me. And then after I watched Xalatath's animation, I waited very impatiently for Taliesin and Evertel to do their deep dive. Because
yes, I saw that.
Deep dives into
I saw that pop up on Friday. Yep.
So hilariously, they dropped the Xalatath animation whilst Tally was streaming, and I kid you not, he'd literally 5 minutes before he dropped said, "What Blizzard should be doing is they should give us like a short story or something about Xalatath's history, so that we actually understand where she comes from and what she's doing and why she's doing it." But they're never going to do it. And literally 5 minutes later, somebody was like, "You might want to check." And he's like, "Oh, it's control. It's so funny. Tappity tap. Oh my god."
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
Hilarious. Really
oh,
funny.
That's really funny. Really good.
Yeah, do watch it. I did listen to the Armani story. I think I'm going to go back and listen to it again once Midnight's dropped, because it was really well acted. The problem is I have no relationship with anybody in this story at the moment, because it's future storytelling. And so I was listening to it and I'm like, these are a lot of names and I'm not taking anything in. I figure I will go back and do it again once
you know who some of these people are.
Once I've met the Armani, and I'll be like, oh, who are these? And then I'm like, hold on, I'll go back and listen to that story. It's told, one of the voice actors actually does the reading for it, and it's very well presented. I just didn't have a frame of reference for anybody they were talking about. So that's my only point with it. You know, you might want to hold off on that until we've met the Armani. Okay. Hearthsteel has finally arrived in the shop. Woohoo!
Oh, good.
With the first decor items for sale this way, and it is a lion and a wolf plushie.
I mean, they are super cute.
Oh, they're so adorable. So you can buy either for 100 Hearthsteel each, or you can buy a bundle of 4 of both plushies, so 4 lions and 4 wolves, for 500 Hearthsteel. Hearthsteel can be purchased in various denominations at the rate of 100 Hearthsteel per dollar, 90p, or €1, depending on where you're buying from.
You know, the most sort of disappointing thing about that fact is that those like $1, 90p, and €1 are almost the same thing. They're not quite, but exchange rates are very bad at the moment. But they've they are super cute. They are super cute. Finally, tune into the Warcraft YouTube or Twitch streams on February the 24th, which is like a week on Tuesday or something, at 10 a.m. PST or 7 p.m. CST, so that's Central European time, to watch Azeroth Interiors, a WoW housing competition being judged by Holly Longdale, Jay Huang and Emily Rayner, with teams made up of some of your favourite content creators, such as Calmy and Mr. GM, Anna Fuchsia, Taliesin Nevertell, and others. More housing. Another housing competition, but this time it's content creators.
Yes, so they've paired up I think it was 8 or 9 pairs of content creators. And yeah, I mean, I like doing these because I like getting inspiration for what to do in my house. So if you've got any sort of interest in that, check it out. Well, that's the interesting news for the week, which brings us to our topic in our new exciting format. And this week it's housing endeavours. So we wanted to know your first thoughts. Which housing endeavour did your neighbourhood pick? What do you think about the task involved? What decor pieces are you chasing? And who else would your neighbourhood like to team up with? Raven, you are the boss, so you got to
I did
ostensibly pick, although you did sit there and chat and talk to us about what people would like.
I did consult. I am a very collaborative community leader, so I did consult with my community before deciding which button to push. Partly because obviously the charter neighbourhoods were issued in such a way that everybody had to go somewhere else first and then move their houses and stuff. So, we went with the consortium on this occasion. They're kind of interesting. They're not. I don't know. There's some things about them that there are some individual tasks that I really hate, like the fucking jumping puzzle. I don't want a fucking jumping puzzle. I still can't do it. I haven't even managed to. To be honest, I haven't tried given the sort of skip technique. I don't want to do it. I don't like jumping puzzles. So every time I log in, I'm like, oh, I should try that jumping puzzle again. And then I'm like, or I could not. I could decide to not try the jumping puzzle again and save myself from the jumping puzzle. That might be nice.
I could, I'm very happy to log in and show you the shortcut.
I just don't.
Maybe I could leap of faith you onto the shortcut.
Maybe. I don't know. I just don't. I just don't like jumping puzzles. I just don't like jumping puzzles.
But you know what? The good thing is, because we've done Consortium first, we've done the jumping puzzle.
Well, that's good. Okay, so yes, at least there'll be no more jumping puzzles. Everybody else. I thought it was interesting, like an interesting way to reuse old content. So kind of going back to Outland. The couple of times I've tried to do the big thing in Outland, it's been broken. It's not worked any of the times that I've happened to log in and try it. I don't know if it's fixed now, but I tried it. I mean, this is come on, Blizzard. Like, I'm not going to keep logging in and trying something to have it broken every single time. So I think I tried it like 3 or 4 times and it was just broken. So I was like, okay, fine. I don't like that when you go to Outland, there's no real direction about where you should be going. Like, I know that it's super annoying in some ways that we get very, very, very drip fed now. Like, you pick up a quest and the quest marker appears on your map and it's all super easy. But then to find yourself in Outland, which is somewhere that I haven't been for a very, very, very long time, with literally no direction, because they're not quests, they're a different, they're endeavours, so they're not using the quest framework. I did think that was a bit annoying. Like, it was just show us where to go, Blizz. Give us some instruction. I think my sort of overarching piece of feedback to Blizzard about housing in general would be some of your systems need some instructions. Yeah. You just need to tell us things. Tell us how charter neighborhoods work. Tell us how to make other people so that they can be managers of your charter neighborhood. Tell us how to start a charter neighborhood. Just give us some instructions. That's, yeah. That would be nice. So I do find the kind of Outland stuff a bit, am I supposed to be killing these people? Am I supposed to be killing these people? Am I supposed to be somewhere else? Like, where am I supposed to be going? That's really frustrating. I don't like it when Blizzard do that. But I really like that you can just wander around your housing neighborhood, like petting dogs and mending fences and picking up sticks. I don't know where all the sticks come from. There's a lot of sticks.
We're in the Alliance neighbourhood. There are a lot of trees in there.
I know, but like everyone's clearing up these sticks, right? And sticks don't fall off trees. I mean, maybe it's super windy. Maybe it's always really, really windy. Yeah.
Maybe it's all those dogs. People have been throwing sticks for dogs, which they shouldn't be doing. Don't throw sticks for dogs. Maybe that's where they've all come from.
Yeah, maybe. I like that you can get neighbourhood points by petting the dogs. That's nice. Yeah. And there's also a lot of a lot of broken fences and loose paving stones. Quite like that. Sort of quite like the one where the consortium guy wants you to go and grab random items of furniture that have just become lost.
Yeah, lost in time.
Yeah. So you have to wander around the phased area, looking for stools and cushions and coffee tables and things that have just become lost. I quite like that. I also like that there are other things you can do to contribute to the endeavour, like doing delves. So delves tick off almost everything. Like doing 5 delves will give you it'll give you something towards your monthly fill the bar. It'll give you something towards your endeavour. There's probably a quest. Somebody's probably asked you to do some delves.
There'll be at least one person, if not 3, asking you to do delves.
Yeah.
On any week.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So delves are the ultimate multitasking now. It's you feel like you've won a little prize every time you go into a delve. So that's quite nice. Salmus, yes, I want to see a wandering neighbourhood NPC tripping over, knocking all the paving stones up and dropping sticks everywhere. That would be great. So yeah, overall I think they're quite good. I've quite enjoyed doing bits and pieces. I also quite enjoy that you can sort of see in the little scroll on the side, like who's been contributing.
Who's been doing what? Yep.
And I also think it's really good that even though we've only got a very small charter neighbourhood, with people who, like, we're obviously like more casual players, so people who are maybe not playing super often, we still got all of the way to the end of our Endeavour bar in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which I know they've said that they're going to look at the pacing on that, and I hope they don't over egg it. I hope they don't make it harder. I don't mind if it's not as quick as it was, but I hope that it's going to stay, that it's possible with a few people doing a little bit every day, that it's still possible to get to the end of the Endeavour bar, because it would be a shame to make it difficult. But that was quite nice, that it was like super easy. So yeah, overall, I thought it was a kind of a good little thing. How have you been finding it?
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you. I think it was a terrible shame that when the Endeavours first came out, there were objectives that were broken. See the chaps in the consortium in Blade's Edge, which I seem to remember back in the day used to break quite a lot.
Yeah,
Blade's
Edge was
never worked well.
Yeah, Blade's Edge has always been a bit rust. Like, yeah, it's a bit bad. Yeah. It's because they've got all those dead dragons over there. It's what happens when you kill dragons. Everything breaks.
So my horde house is in a Grummel neighbourhood. So we had a portal to Kunlai. And that all worked. That all worked really well. So we had to, like, one of the things was kill the Shah of Anger. So something that happens if you're going to an old world place and you're on the Endeavour, all the mobs there will be scaled up to our current level. So it meant the first time I went to the Shah, a bundle of us turned up to the Shah, expected it to fall over in 10 seconds, and it didn't, because he'd been scaled up. So we had to kill him properly, and we were like, what's all this bullshit? But actually, it was quite fun. You're like, okay. And then I went earlier this week, and obviously there was a mixture there of people who were there to just kill the Shah because they're after the mount, and people who were there on the Endeavour.
Right.
And it seemed to, like, defer to the people who were one-shotting things. So
okay.
Get, like, 2 hits in and it died, and I was like, hooray!
Okay.
Hooray for people chasing the mount. I love that.
All right.
And there was there was a quest. It was like, do some things to help the Grummels, collect some of the. So the Grummels is all sort of around the Kafka beans and coffee related things. So
yes.
I had to collect a whole load of the coffee beans, because I took the coffee beans back to my neighbourhood because there were some neighbourhood NPCs who were a bit sleepy, so I could turn the beans into a Grummel for coffee, and then I could give the neighbourhood people some coffee so they could perk up and do some things around the neighbourhood.
Oh, that's nice. So they could perk up and drop all your sticks for you, and like,
so they could drop all the sticks,
kick up your paving stones, and all of those other like important jobs that need doing. Yeah.
Yes, so that's where all those sticks come from. They're from all the people I fed a lot of coffee to, so they're just a bit jittery. So they're picking sticks
just
up and
dropping sticks everywhere. Yeah, 100%.
So no, and I think, and again, we filled, like, that neighbourhood that I'm in, we filled the bar in a couple of weeks. It wasn't terribly arduous. I love the fact that you can just go and play the game and pick herbs and do things you're normally doing, and actually it's doing something towards it. You can get it as involved with doing the tasks or as uninvolved as you want to, and you're actually still helping out.
I just, there were a few places where just a little bit more instructions, like on the Endeavours tab. There's things that say, like, it said gather 100 herbs or ore. And it was like, okay, that's probably outland herbs and ore. But it didn't actually say it. The lumber, it specified the type of lumber. So it was like, okay, well, that's the outland lumber. Cool. But for the herbs and ore, it just said, it just said herbs and ore. So it was like, any herbs and ore? No, not any herbs and ore. You mean outland herbs and ore, which is fine. It's just like, can we just have a few more instructions here?
Yes, I think you and I will continue to gently ask Blizzard for more explanations.
I just like some instructions.
About things,
I just like
just
some
a few more instructions. I don't want you to literally take me by the hand and make me do it, but
I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do,
Well,
Blizzard. Sometimes I do.
sometimes because we've got tired and it's like I don't understand. Just show me the thing.
Yeah.
But yes, things like that. It should say collect 100 Scotland herbs or things. You'd be like, oh great, okay, I'll go and do that then.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So a couple of little notes before we get into everybody's thoughts, just about some things about housing endeavours in general. So we've already sort of touched on this. Guild masters or charter leaders choose which endeavour the neighbourhood follows. Public neighbourhoods, that's set by server.
And
there is an exception to this.
Oh, and it's a choice of 3. So you don't get to choose from, because there are loads of different types of endeavours. So on your board, on your management board that's like next to your steward, you can kind of click on it and there'll be like 3 possible options and you just select one of the 3. And then you'll presumably get a different selection next time round. But it seems like those are randomly generated.
Yeah. So the exception to this is what's called priority endeavours. And those are going to be pushed to every neighbourhood, and this will be related to either current in-game events, such as expansion-related, relevant stories, or holidays.
Oh, okay. So I won't have to choose the next one because it'll be when midnight starts,
imagine
and
the
there'll be
next
some
one is
kind
going
of
to be
prioritize battening down the hatches so that Xalatath doesn't steal your house.
Yes, some sort of anti-void, very positive blood elf related, I would imagine, is probably going to be what's happening in next month.
I'll laugh if the housing neighbourhoods get void invasions. That'll be funny. If you've joined more than one neighbourhood, each character can select which of the 2 endeavours you want to contribute to. You can do that on your housing dashboard and use the drop-down box in the right-hand corner to select the neighbourhood you want to contribute to, and then set that as active endeavour using the button. This housing dashboard, this UI is terrible. So, good luck.
Not the best,
if that's
but that's why I thought if
to
people... I wanted to make sure people realised you do need to pick which endeavour each character is working towards.
Yeah.
So you complete an endeavour by fulfilling neighbourhood tasks, endeavour-themed tasks, and sometimes quests and generic gameplay such as delves, raid bosses, etc. You earn housing XP and community coupons, which can be used to purchase endeavour-related housing items from endeavour vendors. This one was important, which I didn't think I'd heard about. If you complete tasks in a group with at least 2 of your neighbours, you get a 20% bonus to rewards. Some tasks are repeatable, but they do give diminishing returns, but the diminishing returns are reset weekly.
Yeah, so it's worth doing. It's worth doing most of the big ones once a week. It is a little bit difficult to work out what the endeavour tasks are. It would be because you can track them in your quest log, but only by going in and checking the kind of track button, like achievements, I suppose. You can do the same thing with achievements.
Yes.
And I did find that just a little bit confusing. Otherwise, they're just listed in your housing window thing. But yeah, it was just it wasn't always obvious what was an endeavour and what wasn't. Currently, we know of several different types of endeavours. There's a Sporogar, a Deepholm, Kobolds, Grummels, Blood Elf, Draconic, Mechanomes, Consortium, and Niffin. But not all of them have been live. Some of those have been taken off the beta or off the PTR, or just data mined. But yeah, they haven't all been live yet. And there will obviously be new ones as the expansion comes out. There'll be new ones, presumably, as we make new friends.
Yes, as we meet new people, or perhaps we'll go back to see other people that we've met along the way. So there is Wowhead obviously have very, very good Endeavour guides. I will put a link in the show notes to anything that we've talked about today in case you want a quick link. But now it's time to hear what you think about the Endeavours, and we are going to start, as ever, with Salmus.
This is Salmus reporting in for this week's topic. I wish North America didn't have to endeavor without you. Since I have homes in public neighborhoods, the Alliance one ended up with Mechanomes and my Horde hood went with Drakthir. At first, the rate at which Endeavor experience points accrued seemed daunting, but I knew two things. One, we had over a month to fill that bar. Two, WoW players are the craftiest, fastest bar fillers, bar none. Sure enough, both neighborhoods are now full up, and all I have left to do is complete tasks to get community coupons, so I can purchase all the forbidden forks I want. It has also been fun to teleport to friends' homes to check out their creativity and to take a peek at what endeavors they ended up with. I found a friend with the Niffin Endeavor and another with Grummels. I'm saving up for the Grummel espresso machine and more kaffa mugs. So many mugs. Also, the loam dirt pile, if shrunken down, makes a great pile of spices or shaved chocolate for a kitchen. Oh. I think the limitations on earning housing experience points through endeavors feels arbitrary and restrictive, but I'm sure it will get tuned to a good pace eventually. This seems to be the pattern of this current stage of Blizzard's life. Begin super stingy, and then slowly relax the limits. And while tasting famine can be initially frustrating, we usually find our way to feast. And being there at the beginning gives us the bragging rights of gathering decor at a snail's pace through the bitter snows, uphill both ways. You kids have it so good now. Salmus out.
Yeah, yes, that is very true. That is how Blizzard are designing this game at the moment. It's extremely frustrating, but yes, we'll look forward to that. Yes, you can go and see, you could go and visit vendors in other people's neighborhoods if you want to. And actually, the custom group area is quite often made of custom groups of people who are like, hello, we've got a level 4, like we've leveled up our endeavors with the coffee people. Come and loot our coffee vendors and those and similar kind of things. So you can usually go and visit a neighborhood. You can find it in the pre-maze if you haven't got a friend who's got the endeavor that you're after. If you go and visit somebody else, you can visit their neighborhood vendors and buy other stuff. So you don't necessarily have to wait until the Grummels comes up for your neighborhood in order to go get those coffee things, if that's something that interests you.
Yeah, and I've joined a couple of those groups, and also then just gone like looking around other people's houses, and I just found the groups just to be so friendly. And you'll see like occasionally somebody will go, oh, thank you very much. Has anybody here got a level 4 something else? And they'll be like, oh yes, come and visit my house. And if you're in a group with somebody, you can right click on them and then visit their houses. So, but also people are just sharing ideas. You'll get somebody going, oh, I'm just visiting this person's house. How did you do that? So it's been such a lovely community spirit thing that's been happening. I've been really enjoying it. It's almost like, you know, when we get the start of an expansion and nobody knows what they're doing, and like the chat channels are actually full of people going, I'm looking for Floody Bar, and you're like, oh yes. Now, it says it's here, but it's not. It's behind the rock and round the corner. You're like, oh, thanks. And all of that sort of like community stuff that happens in the WoW chat channels, which sometimes doesn't go like that.
No.
But it feels like it's sort of arrived a bit early, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, nice.
So Salvation says Endeavours, aka how to get shiny decor and house XP from a source other than one-time decor collection. I've enjoyed these so far, although I think people are often confusing them, lasting about a month and not resetting each week, as so many things in WoW do. There are definitely some niggles with how house XP and Endeavours work. My houses have Ethereals and Drakthir. At first I thought the Drakthir was going to be easy to level, with Ethereals being that much harder, but I was very wrong. Once I got into the habit of doing the Blade's Edge event every hour, I quickly capped my house XP, and the neighbourhood quickly got rank 4. The Drakthir one didn't have anything like the same thing and felt much slower, as they didn't have anything like the Blade's Edge event. It was either a one-time or low amounts per week. It's nice that just playing the game will work towards an endeavour, so in my quest to find out how many Crucible votive racks is enough, I've been killing the first boss of Crucible of Storms across many ults. And every 5th kill, I get a ping that I've killed enough raid bosses and I've gotten some more coupons. It's lovely that progress across the warband counts. Oh, and I've got 51 racks of candles so far. I'm not sure that's enough.
Oh, gosh.
It's been fun going back to old zones, though, even if it means finding new and interesting bugs with old events like the ones in Blade's Edge. There is an issue here, though. When you're working on an Endeavour zone, it scales to your level. However, you're sharing it with players who aren't scaled up, so they end up one-shotting things. As I've been chasing Decor in Mechagon, where I'm not scaled up, I'm having to take care and let others tag first before doing the one-shot. Unfortunately, a lot of players aren't doing this, which is frustrating for those scaled up. I wish Blizzard would put them in different phases or shards. Oh, that makes... Oh, I was wandering around Mechagon trying to do some quests yesterday, and I was wondering why I was one-shotting things and other people weren't, and I've just realised, and now I feel terrible.
Oh well,
sorry
never mind.
Everyone.
Oh.
It also caused some lovely old-style social interactions, people listing their neighbourhoods in the group finder for rank 4 endeavours, so you can get decor from other endeavours to ones you're working with. Often there'll be discussions going on, people offering up their own endeavours, etc. Overall, I think endeavours are a good addition to the game, although it'll be interesting to see how they play out when we're in the current post-expansion lull.
I do think it's a good... I think this, because they are very long, so they're going to be lasting at least a month. In fact, this first one's lasting sort of 6 weeks or something.
This one's 40 days, so typically they're going to be a month.
Yeah, I think that's quite good for just being something that kind of ticks over in the background that you can do some stuff towards if you want to, but actually you don't have to think about if you don't want to. And that makes me feel a bit better about them. I wouldn't necessarily want them to be like a whole big thing that was like you have to do your questing and then you have to do your delves and then like this is a whole other big system because I tend to go off those. But yeah, I like it when it ticks over. Oh, you've done 5 delves. Whee, there you go, you did a thing. You got some housing XP as well as doing other types of you know, you do 5 delves, you get like all sorts of shit. But yeah. All sorts of shit.
I have to say when it first arrived, obviously because we're at the end of expansion, everybody like dived headfirst into it and was like doing the activities furiously. But yeah, especially in the last week or so, I'll just be minding my own business doing something. It'll ping up housing XP, Endeavour XP, and I'm like, great, I did a thing. I'm very pleased.
Yes.
And it'll give me some coupons, and I was just off doing something.
Yeah.
And it gave me coupons for it, and I'm like, thank you very much. That's my favourite type of earning something in WoW, when I don't really realise I'm doing it.
Yeah, and I think that'll be quite nice when the expansion comes, because then it'll be, you can just go play the expansion, presumably get some Endeavour-related stuff, and then when it gets a bit quieter, you're like, okay, my house is now leveled up like 3 levels, and I've got like different types of rooms, and I've got different stuff that I can go and do, and it should all just be waiting for us when we get back, so that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Arrowith says, I'm in a public neighbourhood and we were assigned the Drakthir Endeavour, sending us back to the Forbidden Reach. The in-neighbourhood activities were fine, enough variety for the weekly grind, but all very familiar in style. The best decor reward is the watering can. I would love the Hosen to come and visit. Oh, yeah. The neighbourhood activities would be wacky, and maybe we'd get Hosen plushes and stuffed bananas. That would be so good. Or a Murloc neighbourhood invasion with all sorts of nautical themed decor, yes. Oh, come on, there has to be... They have to do a Murloc one.
Murloc stuff we could have. Oh, Tuskar.
Oh, Tuskar.
The whole Tuskar thing. Oh my god. Oh, Blizzard, give us all of this. Yes, please. Corin Wolf says, which Endeavour were picked? The Guild Consortium. GG Charter, when I moved there, Consortium.
Oh, sorry.
Public Horde neighbourhood. Yeah. Consortium.
Oh dear.
Anything else would be good for the next one. Possibly Niffin, as they're the coffin fiends. No, the Niffin aren't the coffin fiends. It's the Grummels.
The Grummels.
The Grummels, Corin Wolf.
The Niffin are the smelly ones. I can't remember what those are.
No. Corin, if you are interested in the coffee-related stuff, please visit my Horde house. I have a coffee neighbourhood. Other than the jumping puzzle, which I'm not a particular fan of anyway, they've all been varied enough and a good spare time activity. We'll see how things develop, and also the auto-scaling based on activity.
Yeah, it does seem like the scaling might be a bit of a sore point. Yes, Banian suggests Tortolan. That would be a great one as well. So many possible options. Nadriel says, I haven't had enough time to get into the Endeavours, but the mix of neighbourhood and on-location ones plus a few generic ones seems good.
Dilgas says, I like the idea behind the Endeavours. They're a good incentive to go back and visit forgotten areas. I'm a little sad that some of the more rewarding fun ones aren't repeatable. I'm not minded doing the dungeons once every week, especially since they're a good house XP, which I'm very lacking. I'm afraid that they might become a bit of a chore with the launch of the expansion, because I don't think I want to hang around my neighbourhood too much if I still have new quests, reputations or other exciting things to explore. But at least some of the Endeavours are things like do delves, so that shouldn't be too bad. All in all, I think they're a nice little addition, although I'm feel being locked into one type for the whole duration might be annoying if you're after some things. I mean, I think that's the good thing is that you can visit other people's neighbourhoods. So actually, if you're very desperate to get all the coffee stuff for your house, you can absolutely take your coupons and come to my Horde neighbourhood and get coffee related things.
Yeah, because that's bound to be what it is. Yeah.
Yes.
K-Lad says, I have a house in a GGW neighbourhood and a Horde place in a public one. So that was consortium with the Alliance and mecha gnomes with the Horde. Prior to me signing the GGW charter, the Alliance public neighbourhood I was in was the Niffin. So back to Zaralek Caverns. I hate jumping puzzles. Always back in the old Commodore 64 days. I tried it a few times and could not get on with it at all and stopped doing it entirely. Yes, me too, K-Lad. Then most of my rep and housing XP gains were via the Netherstorm and Blade's Edge focused quests. I've maxed out the Hidden House XP gain pretty quickly. Mind you, I'd learned that it was faster to do the good neighbourhood endeavour task with the mechanomes because you could just follow the big spider bot around and mop up the oil spilled puddles, and they give 20 points at a time. So you can do that either neighbourhood for credit, whichever one you have selected to focus on. Yes, that sounds like a cheat. Lol. I don't really mind which charter the neighbourhood goes for next. I did bounce around to various friends' neighbourhoods and bought as much swag from their vendors as I could, though. Yeah, that seems like the way forwards, and I suspect we'll all have the same one for the beginning of midnight.
Yeah, I suspect so. Also because, and I think that another good reason to do that at the beginning of the expansion is so that people don't feel like they have to earn enough coupons to visit lots of different ones when we're all going to be busy doing the questing.
Yeah.
Mesa says, I've really enjoyed the consortium endeavour. I have daily been doing the phase catch jumping puzzle and finding the hidden objects, and I've just maxed out my personal endeavour housing XP for the month. It was nice going back to see old dungeons, and I'm looking forward to see which faction visits us next month.
Yes, Mesa is our cat jumping puzzle expert.
Absolutely.
They worked it out super quick.
We all stood several phases behind going, how did they do that?
Oh, yes.
As we fell off another roof.
Yeah, as we fell off again. Yeah, so Messa's our expert for that. What is the personal endeavour XP, max?
I have to say, I knew that this was a thing, but I honestly cannot remember the specific detail. Oh, there we go.
2,250. Right. The chat room knows. EJ and I have no idea, but the chat room knows, so that's fine. So yeah, 2,250. Okay, so there is a cap in your personal housing XP gains. Which also pushes endeavours towards something that you don't need to spend the whole time doing, because at a point you're only going to get coupons and you might not need them.
Yeah. Well, that, I mean, you know, it's I don't feel that I've missed out with not knowing that this was a thing. I feel like everything's been ticking over. Like both my houses have ticked over to level 8 now, so they're only at level 8 because I saw the face. They're only at level 8. Do not panic, Raven. Do not panic. They're at level 8 because before I even touched my house, I spent 3 or 4 weeks just collecting decor. So I spent that 3 or 4 weeks getting all the mats together to make all of the professions related decor, that the professions I have. So I had to do a lot of old school farming for those. And just running around, and I ran all the dungeons and I visited all the vendors. So that's why I've got that much XP, is because that's where I focused. Instead of just getting my house and going, oh, play with the house, I actually went and got everything I could, because then I was like, okay, what do I have to fill my house? So that's why mine's at level 8.
Yeah,
that's
mine's
the only reason.
Mine's at level 4. I've not done very much. But I have ticked over from level 3 to level 4, so there you go. And I've not really been doing much with housing, so that's fine. Final comment was from Trey, who says, looking forward to the show because I don't know a damn thing about them. Well, Trey was in the chat room earlier, is in the chat room. So hopefully, Trey, you can confirm that you now do know something about Endeavours, and we have ticked our box. We've ticked off our endeavour for the week to tell you all about Endeavours.
I see what you did there. Very well done. Yes.
If you could
all have 10,000 GGW XP.
Yeah, you can have 10. Yeah, you can have our GGW XP for that. EJ, if you could make one change to Endeavours, what would you do?
The only thing that has annoyed me has been the lack of direction in some places. So, like you were saying earlier, like if you want us to collect something, just make sure you tell us whether you want us to collect it here or there. Like, it's those little things, because they're only little things. But when you get a whole bundle of those all at once, it becomes very, especially with a new system.
Yeah.
Which it becomes very frustrating very quickly when you're like, I'm trying to learn how this new thing works, and you're actually not giving me enough information to tell me how this thing works. And also, because it's so new, nobody's got a guide to tell me how this works.
No.
So
no.
You cannot expect Wowhead to fill the gap because you haven't put the information in your game when it should be in your game.
Yes. Right. If you are enjoying the show, perhaps you could give us a like or post a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening. Hoping to try and grow our audience a little bit this year, and we'd love you to help us reach out to a few new people. We'd also love for you to join our Discord channel over at bit.ly/ggw-discord. How many times do we say that a week, honestly? You can watch our show live on Sundays at 8 PM London time or midday Pacific at twitch.tv/silkyraven.
Lovely. So, settle down, everybody. Let's see what's going on with Cassunda this week.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. 'Tis I, Cassunda. I am pleased to say that there were no major injuries amongst the Draenei. Some of them were hurt, some through racing to get out of the square, others had been caught in the fighting. But luckily, no one was seriously injured. Durnan had taken some major blows. Rose had helped repair these for him. He was most pleased that he had managed to help. The leaders were also thankful, and Lady Proudmoore herself arrived to help calm the situation and to show the Draenei that it was not a human thing that was happening. It was a small group, many of which had been captured, I'm pleased to say. Now, all they could say was they were working for Sarge. And of course, Sarge is now dead. I informed Lady Proudmoore I'd searched his quarters, and also pointed out that most of it was now ash. But I reported that it was an organisation we had been tracking, and that they had used Sarge's hatred as fuel for this. of their operation that they were doing. I did point out that Durnan was actually working for us and was undercover in the organisation. This got some filthy looks from the others that had been arrested, and he was let go into our care. I've informed the others what I found. That this commander, obviously realising that things were not going to go his way, or her way, I do not know, of course, we do not know who the commander is, had obviously tried to cover their tracks by burning Sarge's place. The only problem that means is, how did they know? The fire looked as though it had started after the combat had begun. It was still fresh. I'd managed to get there in time to stop it. The commander must have known about the operation, and that worries me, because that means it's someone close to Lady Proudmoore, or close to someone that's close to Lady Proudmoore. Let's not get into all of that. I'd be here all day. I think the stress of the day has got to me slightly. So I distracted myself by going over to Rose and that large metal-clad figure, who greeted me by name and then took off its helmet to reveal Endril, the Draenei paladin that Morcar had introduced to the Watchers. This was... Morcar introduced him, but he referred to Rose as his sister. I just looked at them point blank. Is there something you've not told me? And Rose just smiled. She didn't know that Endril was being introduced to the Watchers by Morcar until it happened. They were brother and sister. His younger sister. Why didn't you tell me, my dear? It never came up. He was doing his work, I was doing mine. It was... just didn't seem important. My favourite battle sister had a brother in the organisation, and you didn't think that was important, my dear? I smiled at her. She laughed. She'd introduced me properly, but as it was at this point, Endril had wandered off to go and help tend to some Draenei that had been injured. And I was thinking the cloaks kept secrets. Here I am finding out there might be people in my organisation I don't know everything about. But it is not malicious. I trust her. It obviously was just one of these things that had never come up in conversation. But at least I know she's safe with him around. I wouldn't mess with him, put it that way. He was a man of great size. And tell you what, when he fell out of that sky like that, a man truly made of iron. Right, we are having some clean-up, my friends. And then I think back to the estate so we can lick our wounds and discuss what's happening next. But until then, my friends, I'll be seeing you.
Oh, a bit of tidying up after the events of last week.
I'm glad that that you're all in one piece. The last few weeks have been quite frenetic, but this sounds like things are getting far more sorted. Although more intrigue again.
Yes, yes.
Well, look after yourself, little one. And Raven, what have you been doing for gaming this week?
Yeah, not so much gaming as I had hoped this week. When I was sort of sitting at this time last week, I was like, oh, look at all of this. I've got like all of this time that I can play games in. And it didn't happen like that because it never bloody does. I did get into game a bit this weekend though. So I've not dropped into the Love is in the Air festival for many, 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 many years. So I did drop it. I didn't, like, I've not seen them since they've been set up outside Stormwind, and with a little sort of
seen
party.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's nice, isn't it?
So I went and had a little bit of a nose around that, and had a look at the achievements that I haven't got, and got a couple of them, but I'm not massively chasing them. Popped into the Crown Chemical Company to go and kill the dudes a couple of times. No luck on either of the mounts, or anything terribly exciting, but you know, killed some people. That's fine. Yeah, so did that for a bit. Did some delves. Still working through all of the delves on an 11, and also ticking off the discoveries and some kind of stories where I can. There's a few. I've still got quite a lot to do. I don't think I'm going to, given it's the 15th of February already, and like the expansion is in like 2 weeks, I don't think I'm going to get it done, but you know, yeah, just sort of ticking over those kinds of things. Then this afternoon I was doing a few achievements for things that I've never done before. I'd never done the theatre. Never done it.
Really?
No, in just outside Donegal. I'd just never done it.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Obviously just missed it. So I did.
Well, how did it go? How was that for you?
So I did the theatre today, which was a bit weird because I was the only person there. So it was a slightly odd experience. It was just a bit weird, like running around doing all these like tasks and killing things, and then taking part in a play just on my own. I managed to get the blue bag though for doing it on my own, which was
wow, on your own. That's amazing.
Yes, I think maybe there were a couple of people around, bits and pieces, but I don't think there was anybody there for like the whole of the event.
Right.
Or maybe it does a scaling thing. I don't know. It was a bit strange. But anyway, I was like, okay, this is a strange little event. But I've done it once now, so that's nice.
Right. Tick.
I've also been doing like so finding loads of treasures. So I went and found all of the treasures. There were a few treasures I hadn't found in the Isle of Dawn. And as soon as I started doing them, I remembered why I didn't have them. So yeah, there's the one where you have to go and like find all the fucking crabs for the weird lady who wants all her crabs back. You have a crab wrangling branch. You have to go and find all the crabs, and they're like standing, and they're all like weirdly for crabs.
Yes.
They're weirdly like standing in trees and like up branches, and
where
like.
Where else would you find a crab?
Where else would you find a fucking pearlescent crab? I mean, fine. So, so I went and found all of her many crabs. That was weird. Then I had to find some other little things to feed to a fish. That was also a bit weird.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was just doing all of those. Oh, and then you have to go and feed the Dalaran turtle.
Yes. Yes.
So I did that. And then I went and did a whole load of... I'm just sort of finishing things off, really. So I hadn't done I hadn't found all of the earthen in the Ringing Deeps that have the little plaques. So I went and... I went and found those. Then there was also there was like another achievement. I know, she's so cute. Look at the Snowfie cat.
Just had her medicine.
I know. She put a little paw out a moment ago, and I like, oof. It was very cute. Yeah, and then there was some achievement for like lore stuff, which turned out to be going and doing a load of treasures that were bugged when the expansion launched. Do you remember there were all of those?
Yes,
like
I do remember those.
They were all like, because they were a different type of treasure, so they had like little messages that were supposed to pop up. I was like, why haven't I done all that? Oh, it's because they were bugged when the expansion launched. So I went back and did all of those. So I'm just doing those sorts of things, really, just pottering around, finishing stuff off, and just doing things that I've never actually Never actually done before. I also did the lore walking for the Blood Elves and the Void Elves.
Yes, I saw you. I saw your achievement pop up in game, and I was like, "Oh, how exciting!"
Yeah, so I hadn't realised. I was looking through my achievements and I was like, "Oh, never did that lore walking." So I went and helped Lorthamar out. It's quite funny when you go into the Ghostlands. Lorthamar doesn't know what to do if you are a druid, and when you go, because you go and you get the little light, and so you go and light the first lantern, and then he's like, "Oh, we should go to the Dread Scar, and then you take it over, and you have to light it again, and then you get a little scene plays out or whatever." Well, so I picked up the light, and he was like, "To the Dread Scar," and I was like, "Yes, okay, good idea." He's not coded for druids who turn into reindeer.
Oh, is he not?
No, he doesn't have a sort of... It's not quite fast enough, and you're not on a mount, so he doesn't get on his mount. So instead, but he is programmed to go the same speed that you are going, so he just runs really, 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 really fast. It's incredibly funny.
Well, I have to take my druid over and do that.
Yeah, Illyria... Was it Illyria? Yeah, Illyria got on her little, chocobo. She has a little chocobo. She popped herself on a little chocobo when she joined me. So, yeah, she obviously had some kind of well, I'm not running that fucking fast, thank you very much.
Watching Lorthamar, and she's like, what is he doing?
What is going on? Yeah, he just runs really quickly alongside you. Which I just thought was hilarious. Yeah, he is not coded. What on earth is going on? My reindeer for some reason was running along. Sometimes she gets her antlers. It's like she's got a crick in her neck. She gets her antlers stuck, and so she runs along with her head in one, sideways. I've got druids are a bit bugged. I don't know. She's been doing this on and off for a while. So yeah, she was running along with she'd got her antlers caught under a tail or something, and he was just jetting along beside her. Yes, Anne, very good cardio. Yes, Lorthamar had a good cardio workout. Those scenarios were a bit buggy. There were a few places where things didn't spawn that were supposed to spawn, and you had to sort of go back and come round again. And then at the end of the Telegus rift,
yes,
it was now go speak to Lord Walker Cho, and I was like, okay, has somebody got a...
Oh, yes, there's a weird bit at the end. Yes, you're right.
We're all just left sort of standing there, and there's Umbrick is standing there, and Illyria is standing there, and I'm standing there, and it's so is somebody gonna... Would one of you characters who is capable of making portals like to make a portal? I can't do anything from here. And we're in lore walking, so I literally can't do anything.
They expect you to bounce back 4 islands to the portal 4 islands previously is what they expect you to do, but it's not signposted.
No.
And I only know it because I've done this questing a few times.
Yeah, I managed
yeah, it's always very weird.
There's a section, so there's a little box that pops up on the right-hand side of your screen that says, you're in lore walking. And there's a little box that says, would you like to, ask Lord Walker Cho a question? And so I clicked that, and Lord Walker Cho, popped up in front of me with his little bench. And...
Hello.
Yeah. And he'd obviously got his question mark completion. So I just did it like that. I popped him into existence with his little bench.
So sometimes
by asking him a question.
Sometimes when you're lore walking, you do that, and you can get Cho to come to you, and sometimes you'll click on it, and if it's one of those where Cho's dragon friend will help you, then they turn up and just whip you somewhere. And sometimes if you're doing the quests with the book, sometimes when you click that, the tome will turn up, and the tome will say, should we go on to the next thing? And you'll be like, yes please, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you're it's not always well signalled as to whether or not this is a is this a Cho/book/mount moment, or is this something? Do I have to go and find a portal or a staircase or something?
It just did seem a little bit buggy. There was a point in the Sunwell where we were all like standing around, and it was like wait for, and it was like the quest text was like defeat somebody or help Umbric with the ritual, or there was a the quest text strongly made you think that something was about to happen, but we all had to stand there for like 45 seconds before Umbric suddenly, or the other chap, whatever the other chap's name is, Rommel's suddenly we all stood there for a minute or so, and then he was like, and now I shall begin my and I was like, oh, okay, all right, thanks. I'm glad we've caught up now.
I wonder if some of that, so at least all the stuff with Lorthamar, that's taken from the Heritage Armor quest for Blood Elves.
Right, okay. So maybe it's
so I wonder if
the
some
level's
of that
not sunk up. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if you're not a Blood Elf. Occasionally they're like, she's not a Blood Elf. No, keep going. She seems friendly and interested. Yeah. She seems interested. Come on. So yeah, and the stuff in the Void again. I think that's from the Void Elf Heritage Armor.
Yeah.
Again. So I think that might be where some of that bugginess
just some
is
sort of
from.
reused code. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because of course the bit that you're doing in the Sunwell is the Nightborn joining the Horde inexplicably. Didn't make any more sense that time either.
Basically, Tyrande
she
was on one a bit, so that's why they ended up with the Horde, because Tyrande was not being friendly, sort of.
Illyria, surely.
I think Tyrande also had been unfriendly at one of those points.
Yes, but it wasn't Tyrande that was in the Sunwell with you.
No, she's not there. But I think at one point, there's an earlier thing that happens not in that scenario where Tyrande isn't very friendly, and
she isn't very friendly.
Double whammy of unfriendliness.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a bit weird that the first Arcanist is just like, yeah, this is cool. So somebody's so the Void has just invaded your sacred space here after you let this chick back in, and this seems cool. We'll join you. This seems wicked, good stuff. And you're like, okay,
because she likes Lorthamar.
She did end up marrying Lorthamar, I know, but it just I don't know, the whole thing. I felt weird that time. It felt weird when it happened the first time round. I was like, okay. So yeah, I did some lore walking. Just sort of. And I went and got myself killed in the Forge because there's an achievement for that.
Yay! There is.
There's an achievement for getting squashed, so I went and got squashed. Yes. I was like, gosh, there's an achievement for killing myself in a ridiculous fashion that I don't have yet. So I did that. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can't. It would be quite difficult to fly into it or fall under it. You have to purposely put yourself under it quite carefully.
To an extent. I mean, I'm quite good at standing under things that are dangerous as well. But anyway, how has your week in gaming been? Would you say your Animal Crossing Island or your Hello Kitty Island? People are gearing up for New Year.
So Hello Kitty Island is I haven't been there since Animal Crossing came back.
Right.
So Animal Crossing, it was Muffy's birthday yesterday, so I gave her a suspicious cauldron, which she loved.
Oh, okay.
Muffy is my goth sheep that lives on my island, and she as soon as I knew it was her birthday, I was like, went to my bag of things. I've got 2 suspicious cauldrons. Wrap that up. You have to wrap your present. So I gave her her wrap present. And she's like, thanks for coming to my birthday party. Did you bring me a present?
Oh, wow,
like,
okay.
I did. And she was very excited about her suspicious cauldron. So I was very pleased to make her happy.
That's good. Yeah.
Yes. So I felt a little bit a little bit of not really knowing what to do with myself, because we've got 2 weeks left, so that I've got 2 weeks to do things, but also not being able to really start things. And I think some of that is because I was working on these pet battle achievements, and it was just a lot of time.
Right.
But I've done them. So I've done Pet Battler of the Eastern Kingdoms and Pet Battler of Kalimdor and Pet Battler of Northrend. I've ticked them all off.
Very well done.
So I've got 3 new pets. Interestingly, 2 of the pets that are awarded cannot battle.
Oh, well.
Which I thought was quite interesting. I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing there. One of them you still could like level up and battle with, and I was like,
oh, that's
obviously
weird.
This one was decided on before
Yeah,
the decision came
make
in.
a decision or don't make a decision. Come on, Blizzard.
It's confusing. It was confusing. I mean, they're very cute pets. So then I started looking at the pets I don't have, and the more I started reading into the pets I don't have, I was like, oh, I'm starting to understand more and more why I don't have some of these pets.
Yeah.
And some of them, they're like random drop off a rare spawn. Fair enough. Just have to keep killing them. Fine. Others, oh my god. So there's one in Mechagon, and the way you do it, settle in, everyone. So, Mechagon, there's a building called the Reclamation Rig in Mechagon, and occasionally that needs repairing. So you repair it with items from Mechagon, and then you have to protect it against lots of oozes and things.
Yeah.
So you have to do that event. So you have to do that event, and then there's a chance when you complete that event for a shirt to drop.
Okay.
And you have to, stick with me. We've got a long way to go.
Okay.
And you have to put the shirt on.
Right.
And once you're wearing the shirt,
is it a nice shirt? What sort of shirt is it?
It's got a slight green glow on it, so people.
A radioactive shirt.
Yes,
okay.
It's a radioactive shirt.
A radioactive shirt. Okay. Good.
So, and it's got an on-use thing on it, but you can only use the on-use effect when you've collected 100 bits of goo, and the way you collect the bits of goo are for doing the reclamation event, and you have to be close enough to the mobs as they die, and they'll give you some goo.
Okay.
And the reclamation unit is only probably up every 45 minutes or every hour.
Yeah.
So the first time I did the event after I got the shirt, I only got 84 goos. So
Great.
then I had to wait for the next one. Oh, and the goo that you collect only lasts for 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, good.
So you're actually on
okay.
a time crunch as well.
Great.
So
you're
now you've got your 100
you're
goos.
wearing a radioactive shirt, and you've got
Yes.
100 radioactive goos.
So I've now got my goo.
We're now
so I can
reenacting
now click
Chernobyl.
and use
Brilliant.
the on-use thing, which I think gives you a buff.
Okay.
But then you're not allowed to use your shirt for another 24 hours, an actual 24 hours.
Right, okay.
So 24 hours later, you have to do this again, and you have to do this until you've used up the 5 uses that are on your shirt. So
Okay, alright. So you've got to do this 5 days, right?
So you could do 5 days and at least 1, if not 2 of these events every day. So
Right.
once you've finally used up the 5 uses on your shirt shirt morphs into a disgusting blob that is in fact a pet. And I was like, oh, I think I see now why I don't have this pet.
Wow. Yeah. That seems extremely annoying. I mean, probably no more annoying. At least you can solidly make progress. At least it's not the fucking mini Valkyr or whatever it was that can spawn in like 89,000 different places in Northrend and only spawns once every like 24 hours or something.
Yes.
Those
But
rare
sort of things like this
spawn ones are really irritating. Yeah.
Yeah. It's stuff like that that is like, and you wonder why people went off pet battling. I can't imagine.
Can't imagine. Because obviously everybody wants to wear a radioactive shirt and break it 5 times, and then it magically turns into a pet. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good times.
So,
yeah.
So I am working on that one because now I've got the shirt. I'm like, fine, I will do this. So I'm working on some pets. I am. I've done my pet battle things. Everybody's pretty much ready to go. So what I want to do in the next 2 weeks, basically, before the expansion drops, I need to log all my characters in, give them some money, so that they can use their free transmog. Because
Right.
you have to have money in your bags to be able to use the free transmog.
Yes. I was listening to this about on somebody else's podcast the other day. You have to have funds available that are equivalent to the amount of money you would spend in order to get the free transmog to go.
Yes.
That's...
And all of my characters that are not characters that I use don't have any gold on them. So I have to log them in, take them to their war bank, give them 1,000 gold, transmog them, put the money back at... Yes. So I've got
well done, Blizzard. Well done, Blizzard. That's... I mean, I think if you wait long enough, they'll probably fix that, because it does sound like a bug. But, like, please, no, don't... the point is, people didn't want to spend the money, so don't make them prove that they've got the money. Or no, come on.
No, so I think the way I'm going to like mix all of these together is I'm using Warcraft, the lovely Warcraft Pets website, because it's amazing, because it'll just...
Warcraft Pets is superb.
You can log in and it's like, okay, these are the ones you still want to get, and this is where you find them. So I'm just going to, with all the ones where it's just has a chance to drop off this rare, I'm going to take an alt and park them by the rare, and just that'll be where. And when I log them in to do that, as we're flying, I will give them some money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I've started trying to just finish off my horde house, because she's level 8. She got the medium out exterior. Medium exteriors are so big. They're so big, and they take up so much of your housing plot. And I'm just like, how big are the large ones going to be? It'll be like the whole plot will just be your house. Literally, if anybody is my friend in WoW, go and look at my horde house. It's currently the medium-sized model. It takes up, the house itself takes up a good half of your garden plot.
Okay.
It's so big.
Okay.
But I've managed to get it in a configuration that I'm happy with, so I'm just starting to put my outside back together.
Okay.
And yeah, just sort of, I'm going to start just tidying my bags up and just going, what's this? Throw that out. That's not going to be any good in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. How about the rest of you? Salmis, what has lovely Salmis been up to?
Hello, Raven and DJ. This is Salmis, the alchemical rogue, reporting in for my week in WoW. Friends and family spent some time tracking down the elven decor items from the Twilight Highlands event, as well as looking up some of the decor vendors. We used Homebound to find the vendors, but at first glance it doesn't show any necessary criteria. So many of our trips ended in a list of quests, reputations, and achievements we'd have to work on before returning to buy more decor. Rexual Healing hung out and showed off the things we'd built in our homes to each other. I spent some time in Twilight Highlands killing rares and earning currency to help gear up some of my poor neglected alts before we head into midnight, when I will probably neglect them all over again. I have to admit, seeing Silvermoon in the center of the login screen gives me a rush of anticipation. I can't wait to explore along with you through those alabaster streets. Thank you all. Salmis out.
So I'm not suggesting that this pre-patch event was rubbish or anything, but I was literally for like 5 seconds then thinking, what on earth was Salmis doing in the Twilight Highlands? What a strange place to go.
Yeah. Whole TLDR
I know. And I've done it. I've got the quests. I've done it. You know.
Oh dear.
I just slightly forgotten that we're still in. Yeah, you can still go and do the pre-patch event.
Yeah, and at least now, if you want to get multiples of the housing decor, like it's easier to get the tokens for that. I mean, otherwise they are going to be they're supposed to be on sale in Silvermoon once we get into midnight if you want more chairs and you don't want to do the event. But if you just want to knock off a couple of quests and get yourself a couple of chairs, you can do. Marie has been trying to finish the Cleopatra missions in Pharaoh before she resubs to WoW to complete the pre-patch and get ready get ready for midnight. Let's go! Yes, Marie, almost there.
Almost there. Nadriel has been working on events and things in WoW, as well as a bit more Warframe. He's trying to find a new game, but nothing is catching his attention at the moment. Oh.
Cheryl's been playing Baldur's Gate 3 and Hades 2, whilst also dealing with some work panic after they sent out coverage responsibilities for their daily work.
Oh no. I'm sorry, there's more panic. And finished family battle for Northrend and got both the Spring Butterfly and the Love Witch's Sweeper from the Love is in the Air event.
Oh, nice. Stilgar has been doing events or hunting transmogs in dungeons in WoW, and is also playing XCOM 2 and trying to complete his current campaign before midnight drops.
Ams has been finishing off the pre-patch and doing daily Love is in the Air dungeon run and has gotten the Butterfly. Congrats, but still no dildo mount. He realised the pre-patch currency was transferable between alts, and so he's managed to purchase one of everything he was missing, as well as several extra decor items. Oh, very good.
Shantyman is also in expansion prep mode, clearing out his quest log of quests that have been there for far too long. He now has the Dark Ranger customization and the Earth and Allied race unlock completed.
Congrats. Caelad has finished all the Legion class halls in order to complete all the housing decor. Her Alliance house is now a hall of many classes, and her Horde house has a huge Chapel of the Light. She can now get back to living her baby Void Elf Demon Hunter as Havoc, because Devourer was giving her issues at low levels.
And finally, Messer has finished off Delve achievements and realised that he's missing the one to res Bran.
Oh, no.
He might have to look up advice on how to do this, because even in a tier 11 and pulling everything, DPS Bran would not die.
Oh.
Messer was both impressed and annoyed at Bran's endurance, haha.
Oh. That's annoying, because Bran lets me die.
Him. Yeah, you might have to switch him.
Can you unspec him?
Because you're not playing a healer, if you spec him to tank, he seems to die really quickly.
Ah, okay.
So see if that works. Try. As long as you don't heal him, if you spec him to tank, he's rubbish. Or he was for the last time I tried.
Okay. All right. There you go. It's your Bran top tips.
Yeah. Yes, because soon it's going to be Verissa, our new friend.
Yes. I'd like to say that I'll miss Bran. Fucking won't. He let me die earlier on today. And he let me die after kind of everything in a room piled onto me. And as we're coming back, he was like, should have tried some different tactics, champion. And I was like, you fucking shit.
Yeah.
Fuck
Bran,
off.
Not now.
Fuck off. Thanks very much. You try some different fucking tactics. Maybe try throwing the healing potions not in the middle of the bit I can't stand in because it's on fire.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, please don't put them under a staircase or in a big pile of webs and then tell me not to stand in the webs.
No, exactly. Like, don't stand there. Well, okay. So where, like, will you be healing me if I stand somewhere the fuck else? Like, God. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss passive aggressive Bran. Not gonna lie.
Bless him. Well, everyone, that's our show for this week. So, if you want to get in touch with us, the best place to find us is on our Discord at bit.ly/ggw-discord. We would love it if you would drop us a follow over on Blue Sky at GGW Show, or subscribe on our YouTube at GGW Show. Remember, if you've enjoyed the show, do drop us a like, a follow, or a little review on the platform of your choice to help other people find us.
Next week, the War Within retrospective. How was it for you? What were your favourite quests, your favourite features, best moments? Is there anything you would have liked to have worked differently? Team positive, people. Team positive. What was it? What were the good things?
That's not how I originally worded it, and then I re-team positived it. But I'm very interested to hear everybody's favourite moments, because I have to say, I know there's been some bugs here and there, but I think it's been a cracking expansion.
I mean, some of the bugs were intentional. There were a lot of Nerubians.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, we'll find out what everybody thinks next week.
Please do. So thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you in 7 days. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.